Hey everybody, it's Ben's Brick Design. It's Sunday night. How are you doing? This is MLK weekend.
Hey.
So Beth says hello. I have tomorrow off, so we're gonna build a whole lot tonight. Um, I am getting started a little late because we were having a fabulous time with a friend of ours just a little while ago, and I want to make sure that we're all live. We should be. Just got to make sure that I'm live right now on the Book of Faces. It's not showing up, but it'll be just a second. So how are all of you? Online. All right. So yeah, it's Sunday night. I have a great build to work on tonight, and I'm very excited about this. This is the last version, this is the last model of this that I was able to find in Austin after checking several stores. I was unable to find this at Walmart, Target. I don't even think the Lego store had it. So the fact that I was able to find it at Barnes & Noble, thank you very much, Barnes & Noble. And that is, of course, the AT-ST Rgaider. Now, I'm very excited about this because it is it's a great, God, this is not working at all like I wanted to. There we go. It is a great set that I am excited to work on because it contains the actual official Mandalorian figure, which apparently I should not name because it's not officially been put out in the world yet what his name is, but it is the official Mandalorian minifigure. And I think this is the only set in which the Mandalorian figure comes in. I had done last time 2 times ago the Mandalorian Battle Pack, and it was not the official Mandalorian. I thought maybe that, where is he? I thought this guy that comes in it, right? This guy was the Mandalorian because he's got the old Beskar armor on him, but apparently not. This guy is not the official Mandalorian. He's just another Mando. He's just another Mandalorian, different part of the clan. The official one comes in the AT-ST, which is this set right here. The AT-ST. The Raider, seen in, I don't know what episode something or other. Chip Humphrey, Barnes & Noble is still a thing. Beth says hi. Barnes & Noble is still a thing. So, funny story. I've been wanting this set for a while, and I could not find a local store that sold it. So I was able to, I went to several Walmarts and Targets and even Kohl's. Kohl's sells Lego. So I was just like, hey man, I'm going to go to Kohl's and see if they have it. And their site says, yeah, we got this. And I go, and it's not there. And I'm like, well, then screw you because, you said you had it. I have to build along with you. Yeah, Glenn, yes, build along with me, please. If you got that set, do it. I'm on it, but I've got stuff to talk about. Glenn has already opened his set, and he's on it, and he's talking about it. I also want to tweet that we're going live, so give me a couple minutes, and I'm going to talk about some stuff. So I thought, you know what? There's another Kohl's up in a different area of town. I'm going to go up there. Okay. I'm getting a weird text, so hang on a second. So I was like, I'm going to go up to a separate Kohl's, and I'm going to see if they've got another set, because sometimes they list it and they don't have it. And on the way, I was like, you know what? Barnes & Noble also has some Lego. So I'm just going to pop in there real quick and see if they do. And sure enough, they had one left, and I bought it, and I told the lady, this is like the official, I think, last copy of this. That's loud.
It's okay.
The last copy of this in Austin right now. And she was kind of like, haha, yeah. And I'm like, no, really, this is the last one until they get more copies into the Lego store and whatever. So, let's see, new message. I don't want to send it as a message. I just want to share into a tweet. So I bought it, and I'm very excited about it because now I have the Mando figure, and now I can do the Mando ship, the Razor Crest as a microfighter once I get the parts for it. And I'll be doing that very soon. So the drink tonight, again, is the Meridian Hive Lemon. Meridian Hive is a local meadery, not M-E-A-T, but M-E-E-M-E-A-D, meadery here in Austin. And they have several varieties of beverages, and this is one that I picked up the other day, and it was very good, so I went back and bought a six-pack of it. I'm also going to do this one, Shall I Run Out of This One? This is Shiner's now perennial, basically, prickly pear, which is one of my favorite Shiners. So it's very good, and I'm very excited. I'm going to do a tweet real quick. Lego, Star Wars, and Mandalorian. All right, good enough. Who else should we share this to? Can I share it to Facebook? I guess it doesn't matter. Snapchat. Let's do Snapchat. Can I just do it to my stories? I guess not. All right. So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I hope a lot of you are able to get off tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day. Sweet. Got my mead on as well. Yums. Have blackberry mead in case I run out of lemon. Blackberry is also very good. The Rhapsody is good. I'm not going to say most Meridian Hive is bad at all. Like, everything they do is great. So I'm very excited. I know what else I was going to do. So, let's see. Share. Can I copy link, and put this on Discord? Do a couple things. I don't even care if I get yelled at. Remember announcements. Hey, yeah, going live. Paste. And what else is going on? So we had our monthly lug meeting this weekend, and some good stuff came out of it. We learned a lot about the upcoming lug bulk event, where we're able to participate in giant orders of brick, and I need to get involved with picking out my personal picks and whatnot. So let me make sure that, okay. So we also did our seed parts this time around were these 1x1 trans red plates. And so what I did was create a scene from Thor: The Dark World. This was the scene where Jane Foster interacts or finds the ether. What's up, Joe? How's it going?
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe? Joe and Chip and Glenn are on, last I checked. It lights up. What's that? My brother Joe. Hi, Brother Joe. So the seed part shows up. I just kind of put a bunch of different pieces in it. And also I use these light up bricks. And I would put them in here, and then they would light up this part and kind of shine on Jane Foster. So that's the part where these are the seed parts. This is a big monolith that is hiding the ether, which becomes one of the infinity stones. So that was my build. Now, I built this Saturday morning at like 9 in the morning. I don't like this music. Chip just figured out that I was on his computer. Well, Chip, you should lock your computer. I'm not going to say anything else about it. I like my computer at home. There's nobody else here but me.
Did you tell us who your accomplice was?
You know who my accomplice was? I'm not going to say. I'm going to say he's very short. So anyway, I built this at like 9 in the morning on Saturday, and now I'm going to take it apart because I don't need it anymore. Also, I've got all these light-up bricks that don't work anymore because the batteries in them are dead. So, well, these aren't. These are all good, actually. Oh, here's one. Yeah, doesn't work anymore. These come with little watch batteries. I don't know that it's worth unscrewing these and replacing them with more watch batteries, but, you know, whatever. So anyway, that was fun. Also, if you haven't seen this, I'm going to show this off real quick. And I'm going to put this over here because that's going to be disassembled later. This was my entry into, and I don't know where the other ones are. My and a friend of mine's entry into the Lego Masters TV show. I'm not in the Lego Masters TV show. You can stop. Hi, Lego Geek. How are you? Thanks for coming by, man. This was my entry and my and Will's entry into the Lego Geek TV show. This is me. What? Oh, Lego Geek is here. Donut Hole, I have so many dead light-up bricks. Yeah, welcome, Donut Hole, to the show. And yes, that's all I have now is dead light-up bricks. So this is my friend Will. He sells T-shirts. He is a graphic designer who sells T-shirts. That's him selling T-shirts. This over here is me wearing a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt, which you can't really see. It's just a big orange shirt. But also I have a microphone because I sing karaoke. This is us on the set of Lego Masters TV show. We have built a micro-scale city with a little tree and a building. And those are the lights and the set behind us. We did not get on the show. Sad face. Whatever. Apparently, you need to be an already super accomplished YouTuber to be on this show, so I'm not too sad about it. I really hope one of my friends also did not get on the show, because I kind of feel like it ain't worth it, but good luck to them. I'm not trying to burn any bridges or nothing, but I feel like there's a guy on the show now who is basically also on like one of the most popular YouTube channels of all time as a host. And so him being on the show is like Binging with Babish being on like an Emerald or Anthony Bourdain, R.I.P., or Gordon Ramsay show. It's kind of like, really? You got that amateur to be on this amateur show? Fantastic. Okay. So I don't think me and the other middle-aged white guy are the people they were looking for. We didn't have a shtick. We didn't have a, you know, kind of a cool story or anything, but, you know, so whatever. So be it. I'm not holding a grudge. I just think the interview process was really weird. I think the practice of getting people involved was weird. Whatever. I've had that shirt since 1998. What shirt are you talking about? The Dragon Ball Z t-shirt? I haven't had that shirt since then. This shirt? I've had this shirt for like a year, if this is the shirt you're talking about. Cheryl, I'm answering your question about... Hello. How can I tag someone who wants to see this? You can just highlight the video. Lisa, you can highlight the video and post it. You can go to their Facebook page and just post it directly on their timeline. They'll see it. Or you can go into the comments here and type their name, and they'll see it. These are the other entries that we had for this show. And I don't know that I've shown these before. This is Bert and Ernie, man. So they were coming up with the ideas of what couple are you like? What duo throughout history are you like? And we really couldn't think of any, so we thought of Bert and Ernie. And I don't, you know, take your pick on who was Bert and who was Ernie, but these are the ones that we designed. So I designed Ernie, and he and Will built Bert. So he has the pigeon on his head, and he has the banana in his ear, and we're very proud of these two characters. And, you know, it still didn't do well enough. It wasn't apparently about the building quality. It wasn't about the building skill. It wasn't about the personality, really. It was the fact that we didn't really have a shtick. We weren't, you know, the long-lost cousins or the grandma and grandson team duo or the newly married love of Lego kind of things. We were just two dudes. You know, two dads who like doing artwork and building Lego. Wasn't enough. You know, we weren't marketable enough. So anyway, these are some of the builds that we did. I think this is good enough to maybe do a line. You know, do some Sesame Street characters. So anyway, let's see who Mike Rollman has joined. Mark Baker, hello guys. David Bubby, it's nice to see you guys. I hope you hang around. We're building Lego and we're drinking and talking about some Lego stuff. Right now, this is the first beverage. This is the Meridian Hive Lemon. It's very delicious. And also, we're building this. It's from The Mandalorian, y'all. I'm very excited about this because it has The Mandalorian right there. Not to be named because apparently it is a spoiler to name the character. Even though we all know what his name is, it is a big spoiler to name the character. So, without further ado, we will go to the unboxing. So again, big box, 450 pieces. I'm sorry, 540 pieces. I have dysgraphia. 540 pieces. And I got this for about 50 bucks. So, pretty good price to part ratio. I don't necessarily want to... I honestly don't care about boxes. I know a lot of people do, but I open them and I build the thing and I throw the box away. So if it rips the box, it rips the box. I also want to give a shout out to Josh Gilson, who did some great graphics for the channel, which I will hopefully be using very soon. Stefan, yes, there does need to be a Baby Yoda figure. I don't know when a Baby Yoda figure is coming out. I don't know what they're going to put it in. I'm guessing another... Are they going to do, like, the planet that he lives on for a little while? That figure? Or that set? I'm going to open this up a little bit. Where he goes into hiding for quite some time. You know, the little... the town that he's part of. Does the Yoda head sit on a baby peg? So I'm wondering, I'm thinking the Yoda figure, the Baby Yoda figure is going to be on a baby... I'm wondering if it's going to be on a baby figure or if it's just going to be on a short figure. Because Yoda is already on a short figure, but Baby Yoda is probably on a baby figure, and they'll just give him a head with ears. With big old ears. So, pretty thick instruction book. Pretty thick. I'm going to guess that this is going to take a little while. But it's only 4 bags and some stickers. I might actually put the stickers on this one. I haven't decided yet. I don't think it's really necessary, but the stickers themselves are kind of key to making it look beat up and rugged, especially the legs. Like, if it weren't for the fact that these legs show up on the build is... You know, you can see where the stickers show up on the legs. That kind of dictates like the entirety of how it looks as a Raider walker. So I'm kind of like, maybe. So I'm going to keep the sheet. I might put the stickers on, and then I might take them off later and put them back on the sheet. So we'll see. So this is the box. It's kind of a big box. There's only like 4 bags. So let's roll with this. Yeah, I agree, Glenn. I think it's going to be a baby figure model. Bag 1. Here we go. I'm very excited for this build. I feel like this is kind of a overused, or yeah. My stickers are very nice. They're not folded. They're not wrinkled. Ready to go. Right here. So, I hope everybody's day has been going well. We had a fantastic day that was not shaping up to be anything but kind of a ordinary day. Beth did a workout, and then we were going to go have lunch with a friend of ours, and then that lunch turned into an entire evening of like wedding planning and meeting new people and having lunch and having some beverages, and it was very pleasant. It was wonderful. So this turned out to be a pretty good day. I got to meet a cat who scratched me in a couple places. That was awesome. I'm all about getting cat scratches. I'm guessing this is the Mandalorian cape, so I'm going to pull this out. This is a little wrinkled. I'm not too happy about that. All right, that That box goes up there, and this cape will go up here too. Bag one, let's do this. If you're playing at home, this is bag one. I'm guessing that's the Mando helmet, which is, you can see, is a little silverish there. So the wedding planning is coming on fantastically. We now have an engagement party location, which may be different from the original wedding planning location, or engagement party location, which wasn't available until recently. We were going to have it at our house, and then a friend of ours said, you should have it at our house. And then a friend of theirs said, you should have it at our house. And their house is very big. And we were like, yeah, that's great. Let's go meet this person so we can say that, hey, we're going to have it at a friend's house. So we met this person, and they're a lot of fun. Very excited. All right, so bag one. Let's see this. Bag one. They usually have different figures for each bag, and then 2 figures for the last one. So that's what we're going to be working on. I don't expect the hour and a half that I usually allot for this time to be given to this project. We may go a little long. We'll see. I don't have to work tomorrow. This may be a late night. Instead of the hour and a half usually, let's say it goes until we're done building. But a 500-piece set, I don't know how long it takes to build. All right, we got our brick separator here. Add that to the list. I was not aware also at one point, I think it's 400 pieces requires a brick separator. I wasn't aware there was a numeric value, but it's nice to know that there is a numeric value. So yeah, for those who are local, who are coming to the wedding, there is an engagement party which now has changed location several times. Also, this is the head giving to the Mandalorian. It's black because we don't know who it is, right? Except for in like the last episode, we saw who it was. All right. I officially now, I'm so excited, have a Mandalorian. I wish this web camera would focus better. It doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. That's it. Full camera. Mandalorian. Can't really see it. It's not lit well. See if you can see it that way. Yep, there we go. Mandalorian. All right, good printing. A little kind of light on the helmet, but some good torso printings. The helmet's a little dark. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. Steve Watkins, how's it going? Steve is a member of the Lug as well. So we've got our first figure there, Mandalorian. Oh, I need his gun too. So his gun is a lightsaber handle and a pistol or blaster, however you're going to call it, and then a claw or grip or clip, because he's got that disruptor / disintegrating tuning fork weapon right there. So that's your Mandalorian. So that's him. I'll just stick him right there for now. There you go. All right, let's get to building. Plates. Bag one done. All right. Well, Glenn's on bag one. Let's see if I can catch up to him. I don't really want to race through this, but I only really do an hour and a half stream each night or each time. So let's see how fast we can do this. Of course, Glenn is also not streaming, so he's not sitting there also chatting with people and answering questions, of which there are several. Oh, man. But given the length of instruction book on this, I have a feeling we might be here a while. Okay, so right off the bat, here's a question. You have two 1x6, and this calls for doing two 1x6. Where is it? Right there. 2 1x6 right there. Instead of 1 2x6. You're just ramping up the piece count now. That's disrespectful. You're just hyping up, ramping that up for no reason. There's got to be a reason for that. There's no alternate builds. I don't know why you need 2 pieces when 1 will do, unless your molds for brown aren't up to snuff, in which case you should really inform the public that your molds for brown are not up to snuff. Not saying anything. Not saying nothing. Bag 1 done. Reading my own responses to stuff. Okay, also, this is really weird. This is basically 2 1x2 2-hole Technic bricks with 2 pins in each of them instead of, oh, I don't know, a 2x2 brick? That seems really, really, like, I'm going forward in the instructions to see if, like, a pin sticks through that or something. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. So far, there's no reason to have that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's really weird. What a weird combination of pieces. Yeah, I can only imagine that there's like a bar that goes in there later. I mean, I went through. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there's something's got to go in there later. Okay, well, fair enough. Yep, okay, right there. There it is. That piece goes in there. So, all right. Weird as it is, I guess that's what we're going to do. Stuff like that will trip you up. Air time. I mean, I guess, like, if you're not used to building a lot of stuff where you just kind of just go with it, you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, what? All right, here's our first set of stickers. They go on these 2x2 tiles. Shows a third 1x6 brown plate. Yeah, it's right here. I wonder if that was supposed to be like a one, like that doesn't make any sense. We'll see what happens. Number 10, twice. That's number 10. Not really caring how well these go on because I'll pull them off later. Oh my goodness, there's noises out in the other room.
Sorry.
Beth is sorry, y'all. Stickers. Stickers. Sticker sheet, go away. All right, so we got some logs. Beth is a trooper because she puts up with this stuff. We were having a fantastic, wonderful time at a friend's house. I'm like, hey, we got to go. I got to stream at 8 o'clock. And she said, oh, okay. So we rushed home, and I got everything set up, and here we are. Yes, Glenn says that's why that's why they get paid the big bucks, and we pay the big bucks. I would love to be paid the big bucks. I would love to do models like this. Design, build, come up with. I mean, I know some people are like, yeah, that's a dream job to have, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. I would do this. I kind of do this already. And I would love to be able to do this for a full-time thing. Because you know what? They constantly need more designers to tell them what they're doing wrong. That's not what they need at all. Oh, this is cool. They're leaving this bit open, the little hole there. They don't need to fill that in. Sometimes they do for no reason. I like when they leave stuff empty. It's kind of like, it needs to be light. It needs to be not filled in. All right. I'll slide on like so. So I'm also, I guess, just to talk about random stuff. I'm also in season 2 of the Crown. That's very good. I'm not done yet, but so far so good. I'm very intrigued into the late 60s British monarchy. They're hitting kind of the high points, it seems like. Flipping that over. With like some of the tragedies that have befallen the monarchy in the 60s as things become a little more modernized. So I've always liked the show. It's just fantastically written and acted. The new cast this year is just as good as last year's cast. I'm very entertained. I'm also a big fan of. I just finished Lost in Space, which is another Netflix show. I like it, but I have kind of a problem with the Robinsons being, and I don't remember the original show as much. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember a ton about it, and I don't remember them being. This is a really interesting piece. I don't think I've ever seen this piece before. Let's see if we can pop this out. Nope. All right. I don't remember the Robinsons being so dependent on just about every aspect of their life being a problem, being a catastrophe. This is a very unique piece. So we got this, like, it's a bracket kind of piece, but it's got this hole, this Technic hole in it, and it's got like a middle. You can see it against my shirt a little better. I don't think I've ever seen this piece before. That's very cool. So yeah, the Robinsons are just, they thrive on danger, and they're always willing to, take an extra step to solve a problem, and they, it's just, it seems like every episode is, well, how far have they fallen this time? And what do they need to do now? And, all this kind of stuff. Also, this is great. It's a differential. Okay, that's new. I haven't seen that. I'm not a big Technic builder, so. Also, brown ingots. I don't have any brown ingots, so when I eventually take this set apart, it'll be nice to have some brown ingots. I have silver and gold. That's what I have. Oh, differential because then you're putting in a gear in there. I gotcha. Gear goes in like so. Just sits in there because I'm guessing a axle goes in there later. And this, we do this. Ta-da. And I don't know how far down it goes, but. And we put it on top, and then we go blunk. Okay, so that goes all the way down, and that'll. Oops. So it'll sit there like that. I guess there's something else will hold that down, which it does right there. Held down. Half pin in the front. Yoink. All right. So, I'm also available to be watched on Twitch and Mixer. I didn't get a chance to link to Twitch and Mixer this time, but if anybody else out there would like to link to Ben's Brick Designs on Twitch and or Mixer, I would appreciate it. Here's your third bit, dude. Here's your third 1x6. Right here. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do the Twitch and Mixer thing. I usually do that on some Discord channels. Emily Visness. Hello, Emily. Hope you stay around for a little bit, or at least say hello. We're working on this set. Again, if you're joining us late, this is a set from The Mandalorian, in which the Mandalorian is fighting Mandalorian. He and Kara are fighting a Seven Samurai style episode against raiders. So he wants to stay in a town that he feels like is out in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, well, I could find some shelter here and lay low for a little while. And it turns out that there's a town nearby that could use his help. And it's a very Seven Samurai story in which, you know, they're like, yeah, you can totally stay here, but we need help against these guys who come in and pillage our town and take all our stuff, and it's barely left enough stuff for us to live off of. And the Mandalorian says, all right, well, how much can you pay? And they say this much. And he says, I'll tell you what, because you're out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to kind of do it for what little you can offer me, but then I want to be able to stay there. And they say, hey, that sounds like a great idea. So they basically do the, we're going to make the town be able to fight back. And once I leave, it's not about the fact that I fought the bandits off. It's that you did it. You as the town people did all the fighting. So that's what this episode was. And here we run into now our second set of stickers on these little 1x2 slopes. This is number 16. No, there's a lot of these. Again, I'm not going to be too careful with these because I'm going to pull them right back off. So I don't care how well they go on there. And of course, in doing so, I'm placing it better than I've placed any sticker ever. And I say that, and this one's going to be all junky. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm pulling those right back off after we build this. So Emily showed up. Emily here is a teacher. I'm not going to say where. She's a teacher, and I'm hoping she has tomorrow off because I figure the kids have tomorrow off, so she has tomorrow off. Now, a teacher having time off really doesn't mean anything. It basically means that you don't have to see kids, but I'm sure there's still lesson plans that you got to do, and there's all kinds of stuff that you got to work on still. That's pretty cool. With the paintbrushes, paint rollers, doing a little greebling there. You can't really see it. That's pretty cool. A little greebling there. I got a lug bulk. I got like a whole huge bag of these things, and I got nothing to do with them really. I have no idea what to do with these stupid paintbrushes. I thought about doing something like this where they're good pipes. They're good greebling things on spaceships, but I haven't built a big spaceship in a while, so I think I need to build a big spaceship. And this basically becomes like an engine compartment by the looks of it. Hey, that's the top of your engine compartment. There you go. Alright, so we got a Technic rod that we put in here, and this is going to twist and turn that. I'm guessing that becomes the leg function. It looks like we got more of these. This brown really glares. I'd really like it if the instructions didn't glare so much, or if the lights that I have here don't glare as much. Well, I'm liking the music. Once I switch the station, it's not too bad. That's cool. Yeah, so we had a very pleasant day today in meeting with friends of ours who are going to be... Uh-oh. When did I miss that part? Oh, back here. Alright, fair enough. This is also shiny, apparently? That's brushed metal or brushed silver? I didn't realize that was going on there. Alright, back to where we were. But now we've got two more. Up here in the front. Alright, Glenn, where are you? How far are you? Did you get through the second bag yet? Not like it's a race. My goodness, we've already been going like 45 minutes. Alright, so we got that done. It's just so hard to see where a lot of this brown goes because it's such a dark color. Two. Alright, so two. More stickers. Those overlap a little bit by the looks of it. This is our first set of like truly Raider-esque the striping or paint jobs or whatever. Oh, that's not good. 2/3 done with bag 2. All right, man. Going along with you. Are you doing stickers? Uh-oh. It's supposed to go all the way on there to click. Yeah, it's supposed to go all the way down. Oh, there we go. Click, click, click. Or as they say in French, click, click, click. So that clicks on there. And I think that's it. Yes, bag 2. So, we have extra pieces here. These are your extra pieces for this bag. You're not doing stickers? Yeah. I thought I might keep this one around for a while, so I thought I might keep the stickers for a little bit. These are your extra pieces. Nothing really fancy. Slopes, Technic pins, a claw, plate, lightsaber, and a tile. Nothing really fancy. Nothing really worth writing home about, but that's bag 1. Sort of the main haul part of the walker. Bag 2. On to bag 2. 2 sub bags. And I think in this bag we get Kara, who is my favorite part of this show. I know everybody says Baby Yoda, but I'm going to go with the Rebel Shock Trooper, who was an MMA fighter, or WWF, or whatever. She is my favorite character in the show. I love her so much. So again, if you're just joining us, or if you haven't joined us before, welcome to Ben's Brick Design, where I do this kind of stuff all the time. Except sometimes I design microfighters, Star Wars microfighters. And if you'd like to support the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, there's a donate function that will take you to PayPal. I like doing this stuff for free, but if I had fundage, I would be able to do this stuff with a little more backing, and I could do more stuff like this, where I build sets instead of just designing in studio for the boringness of everybody watching. Oh, let's do Kara first. All right, so I really need to watch the show. Yeah, man, you totally need to watch the show. It's totally worth it. It's really well done. Like, it's like, I was worried that it was going to be, oh, it's Disney, it's going to be a thing. No, for serious, it's like a good kind of old-fashioned Western kind of type TV show. It's a little slow, but in a good way. Like, it's very plot heavy and methodical, and we're just going to do this now. It's like, all right. I really like it. Like, it's really good. It's not even like a great Star Wars show, which it is, but it's also just a good show, you know? All right, so a little thing about this figure. Oh, full camera. This is Kara. I don't know if you can see. She's got this really long rifle. She is, and they don't have her tattoo on that arm, which is kind of sad. She is a Rebel shock trooper, or an ex-Rebel shock trooper. And she has this tattoo that she has to hide on that side of her arm that she doesn't have on the figure, which is a little sad. Also, apparently, I've got a gun here, but it's not her gun because it's a long rifle. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe it's a part of something else. So we got her right there. Yeah, it's a good show, just in general. I was very happy with it. I will say that I'm a little sad that it is as short per episode as it is. I was a bit shocked because, of course, I didn't know ahead of time that it was going to be a half hour. So when it was over, the first episode when I watched, it was over, I was like, that's got to be a mistake of some kind, because there's no way that a show like this is a half hour. And sure enough, it was. This is a neat color. I don't think I've seen this color before. This sort of gunmetal dark gray. It's a darker gray than the dark blue gray. It's like a dark brushed metal gray. I don't know if you can tell from that it's a little darker. I don't know that I've seen that before. It's neat. I like it. It adds to the palette of other colors. Oh boy. Pearl dark gray, thank you. I knew it was something. Pearl dark gray is kind of what, I don't know if you can tell, but that's what they make the Beskar armor out of. It's not a dark gray, it's the pearl dark gray to give it that little shine. Because his armor is special. Oops. Brick separator. Padow. Mess that up. Goes like that. They just come in such quantity in these 1x1 rounds. So I finally ran out of these. I was making brickhead stuff and or microfighter stuff, and I realized that I had totally run out of those 1x2 by 1 3/4 bricks. I was trying to make something, and I went to the bag that has that, and realized I didn't have any. I was like, what the heck? All right, so where's this piece? Oh, there it is. Titan metal? Okay, never heard that before. That's interesting. It's called Titan metal. I mean, whatever gets you through. I like pearl dark gray. That works just as well. Titan metal makes me think that I'm building some anime character. Glenn, I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm excited that you are actually building something. That and the mock that you brought to the meeting, I have faith in the universe again. I like this music. This music is good. I poke fun at Glenn, who's on Facebook, Titanium. I poke fun because I think within the group he's kind of known to be a collector, not really a builder. But every meeting I've gone to, he's brought something. So this is hard to tell, but I think that's right. It's hard to see. That color doesn't really match. Oh, I really want to give, or I want to get a better webcam because I don't feel like this webcam can like change focus when I hold stuff up to it. It's not like a huge deal, but at the same time, I'm like, I keep doing this, and then there's like no focus on it. And so that goes in there, and goes in there, and I'm sure there's going to be something to hold those up. No, that's it. Just that. I'm sure this is going to be like a push that to do something. I'm going to push that to do something here later on. Oh, that's missing two things. You build plenty, but most of it is sets. Yeah, you know, if I was getting like just a ton of sets too, I'd probably be building all the time. Do you build and then break it down immediately, or do you leave it displayed? Because I don't leave too much built. I like leave it for like a couple weeks, and then I end up tearing it down like immediately. I don't know why, but I really like long plates like that. As a long-time Starship builder, but again, what's the point of having two 1x10 plates instead of one 2x10 plate? Je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas. And again, look at this. Now there's a 2x10 plate on top of that. Okay. Is Kaylee being a problem? Hey Beth, anytime you just need to go to bed. Alright. Going as fast as I can. We've already been doing this for an hour. I don't know that I'm going to get done in another half hour. Again, this usually goes an hour and a half, but let's see if we can make it go until I'm done building. I know Glenn will get done before me. Well, somebody's going to sit here, that's for sure. That's going to be somebody's chair. I don't know if you can tell, but that's that seat. That part right there, that 1x2 with the little footprint things in it. Like, I built the whole Trolls line. It is in process of being... You even bought the whole Trolls line? So, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant. And this has nothing to do with Glenn specifically. But I wish that I was like independently wealthy. Where I could buy every Lego set out there. Just so I could build it. And then, I don't know, take it apart. Or build it and then donate it. Oh, I don't like this at all. That seems weak right there. That just seems not. I know it will probably connect it up here, but whatever. I just wish that like I could do nothing but build sets all the time. I wish like my idea is to grow this channel into one where people just send me sets to review and build and say, hey, do this, or make this into a whatever, or redo this as a mock. Can you like make it your own and kind of rebuild it? I'm like, yeah, I can totally do that. But I think I'm gonna have to wait until I retire to be able to do all that, or at least wait till my kids are out of college, because Lego is not cheap. I don't know if you know this about Lego. It is not cheap. It is not an inexpensive hobby. So, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like 4 things that haven't been like assembled yet. They're just kind of sitting out here waiting to be put together. And now, I've moved away from those things and I'm going on to another thing. Sorry, that also wasn't a very long rant. That was basically, I wish I had a better paycheck so I could buy more Lego. Because I'm sure nobody else has ever said that in the course of their life. But, you know, once the wedding's done and once the kids are out of college, I can kind of drop back into this full time. We'll see. Mike Bronstein. What's up, Mike Bronstein? It's good to see you. Hope things are going well for you. Mike is coming at us on Facebook. Facebook's one of those things where I can see who joins, but by the time they join, they're probably long gone, and the fact that I say, hey, how's it going? Your son is here. They're already gone. And they don't actually stay. All right. All right, I think maybe I'm getting a little tired of this music. This just seems like... Also, I'm going to refresh that. Which means I got to... Yep. I skip this, and then I don't realize that maybe it's not as good as the other one. Bloody levers. Remain! So it's funny because I'm wondering if The Crown, the show, is going to drift into any current Brexit things or not. Like, I don't know how far into the future they're going to go. But as... Whoa, that was just crazy of me. Just flung apart. As a person who is kind of an Anglophile and just loves all things British news-wise and TV show-wise and actor and politics, and I'm just kind of obsessed with it. I'm very curious about how the Crown Netflix show is going to handle Brexit, if they even get to that point, and I don't think they're going to. course, also, I'm wondering how Britain is going to answer or handle Brexit. I think we're all kind of waiting for that shoe to drop. I'm actually shocked I don't have any more comments on YouTube. I thought there'd be more people. Oh well. Oh well. Yes, quite. Well, he does tend to go on. It's a great show. I try to get Beth into it, but despite it being very dramatic, I don't think it's the kind of drama that she is into, really. It's very dry and very British, and it can be very boring, much like, I'm sure, this stream. But it's very much a lot of people opening doors and staring out windows and just not sure what everybody else is saying and being, and reacting, and that's kind of it. Alright. I don't think I'm going to do this sticker because it looks like a control panel, and it's interior. It's an interior control panel sticker. That one. So I'm not going to do that one because I'm going to have to take it off that bit anyway. But the external ones I'll probably do a little bit. Okay. Oh. Now, quite. We shall put these pins in this brick. But it's a fun show. Olivia Colman is doing a great job, and Colin Bottom Carter is doing great. The guy playing the Prime Minister right now, I don't know the actor's name, but he is chewing up the scenery. He's fantastic. I mean, everybody they get, of course, is just knocks it out of the park. Derp. I don't think that is integral. I don't think that gun is integral to anything. This little gun right there. I think it's just supposed to be sitting in there. All right. Oh, I see. So now we got to combine these. So I'm going to say I don't much like this with the brackets because I don't like the way that it lifts everything out one kind of half plate away from everything else. I'd much rather it be those like the snot bricks with the studs on the outside. Would much rather that. Alright, so that attaches there. And then this goes here. And it goes on top. Oh! Well, I just knocked something off. Where'd it go? I felt it. Oh, that. Okay, there's another piece. This is sticker 7. This will be also an experimentation on how well I can reapply stickers to the sticker sheet with some with like a straight edge and some tweezers or the brick separator, however they say to do it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, those two, 1, 1, 2. Oh, these are great. I want these for all my microfighters. These 2x2 wedges. These are great. I don't have enough of these, but I also need them in like black and gray and. This thing is going to be a monster, I can already tell. Pretty big. Oh, that's going to have to be addressed. It's pretty cool. But these are not on anything else. I'm going to have to figure out if those are attached to something else. Flipping it around, we've got that part there. All right. That thing's come off like 3 times. This stupid gun. Circles in the back there. Oh, and they have stickers. 15, huh? So our last LEGO meeting, there was a lot of new people and a lot of good builds, a lot of good mocks. Very excited to see a lot of new people, but we do tend to have a lot of turnover. New people join and they see what the event is about, and then they don't come back. So I'm hoping that the turnout this year was not indicative of people not wanting to stick around, because there was a lot of really good builders, quite a few very talented people, so I'm hoping they stick around. We did get a lot of news on kind of the wider LEGO world, ambassador world, convention world, not a lot of which I understood, but I always kind of fancied myself as somebody who might be able to fill in with the ambassador program or the LUG representative or something like that, but kind of waiting for the opportunity to say, hey, you know what, if you're done doing that and you need somebody to step in, I would totally do that for you. I'm in no way very organized, but if you need help, I can totally answer emails or be part of, you know, whatever group needs to like respond to stuff and what have you. So, you know, there's a lot of interesting stuff like distribution of parts per lug, and that's pretty cool. I like that. That's kind of a neat thing with the claws. I like that for some reason. That seems very simple yet very elegant, and the rounded plate on it. Pretty cool. Anyway, I never felt like I was really kind of in the know in terms of lug responsibilities or lug happenings. Oh, that's the front. Okay. That's the gun. It's the chin gun on the front of that. So it was very interesting to see kind of the, hey, we had a meeting with this guy and he's talking about how much product support we would get as a lug and how much we would remunerate the lug for participating in this, and we're shifting it to be a little more worldwide now, and we want our demographics to be a little different, and that's all that kind of stuff is like, yeah, I can see that. It's just interesting sometimes. I'm not terribly, I don't think I'm very suited for that kind of stuff, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I've told Will that I would love to help out in some capacity because I feel like I'm not a terrible, I'm not like the greatest builder that the lug has. I'm not the most prolific or participatory or spending level person. Like there's a lot of other people who buy more brick, who can offer more brick to the lug. Just so you know, these are the extra pieces from that bag. Nothing really of note. Got this hollow 1x1 round, and then this claw, right? And then like the pearl gold, or the pearl silver, pearl black, whatever. I think it's pearl silver, pearl dark gray, lightsaber hilt. That's pretty good. And I know Will doesn't... Bag 3. Will doesn't want to do this forever, and I know he probably would love to have somebody step in and kind of take over some stuff, but I will be the first to admit I am not business-minded. I would be okay with, like, offering my assistance to answer emails or assign tasks or get a feed, go to every meeting and get feedback from everybody and kind of be like a liaison or a vote to the liaison program or ambassador program. But at the same time, I'm just like, the organizational stuff, I have a hard time doing stuff in my own world, let alone like having an entire group of people kind of counting on me to represent them at that level. If it was maybe like a what am I looking for? A committee kind of feel to it, that might be a little better, but whatever. Hey, Beth.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Are you sure?
She's fine. Dogs are gonna play, and I don't care.
Okay.
If she wants to play squeaky toy with you, I've got like 3 people on YouTube, and Glenn and I are talking on Facebook.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna care that there's a squeaky toy in the background.
Okay.
I've given up the illusion that I'm gonna be making millions off this YouTube channel. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no, there it is. Haha. They tricked me. They put it in a different bag. All right, whatever this music is not great. God, I wish I could just listen to the music I want to. I just can't with frickin' YouTube. Anyway. You know what's funny is she will not sleep right now.
What?
She will not, like, sit on the couch and sleep right now.
I know. And then as soon as you get off, she'll be like, okay, time to bed.
Yeah, time to take a nap. Yeah, if you can't hear it, I'm not going to illuminate the fact that we have a puppy who loves playing with squeaky toys. She loves playing with squeaky toys. What are we going to do? She's a dog. I'm not a professional YouTuber. She's just in the background playing with squeaky toys. And if you can't hear that, that's not saying much for this microphone. So yeah, we're into bag 3 now. I'm sure Glenn is either done with bag 3 or already on bag 4. I may not get done by 9:30, but I'm at least going to I'm going to try to get the whole thing done tonight because I don't have to work tomorrow, and I don't care. Cheers. I will say that if I keep drinking these beverages, I probably am not going to sleep very well tonight, but that's just me being old. Yeah, so there's something to be said about being in the know of everything, of having people kind of come to you with, "Hey, have you heard anything about this?" It's like, "Well, yeah, I have," and being able to sort of like receive stuff for other people and say, "Yeah, this is our next big thing. Here's what you need to know about." Not that I necessarily really want to do that, but oh man. Yeah, once that sticker doesn't go in right the first time, you're kind of like, well, F. And then 20 and 21. What's up, Stefan? Thought you were already on here. That's weird. For those who are following on Facebook, Stefan is my gateway into spaceship porn guy. He's always posting about people who are designing spaceships and artists who do spaceship work and that kind of stuff. And I think he is also as much into spaceships as everybody else. It's just some good stuff. That's another thing I kind of wish at some point I had done, was more work in, like, I wish I had stuck with a little bit of a, that's not right, illustration stuff, work in, what? That's not right. Oh. In college, and stuck with the design aspect of it, so I could do more like character design, spaceship design, environmental art. Yeah, he's San Antonio. I know that much. I don't think I've ever met him in person, but we interact online a lot. I think this is right. It's got a weird shadow on it. I don't see another color. So I'm guessing that's it. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to meet him in person one day. Maybe Brick Fiesta San Antonio, because I'm spoiling something here, but I don't think I'm going to Brick Fiesta Houston this year. I also don't think I'm going to celebrate Colleen this year, mostly because I am saving for a wedding, and I don't think a couple $100 hotel stays are really in my future as of right now. That might change. I might be a last minute kind of, hey, let's go out to Houston, and I don't think I can go stay at a hotel, but maybe we can take a day trip and at least go visit. I know I'm not going to have anything ready for it, but by 2021, I'm hoping I can have another like really big build ready for 2021. And sort of a Star Wars themed kind of big, stupid multi-table model that only I'm gonna get. Like, there's maybe like a few people my age who might also understand what the set is. So I don't know. I'm kind of building it for myself. That's very interesting. This section is very. That is very interesting. This little bit, Achilles, it's like an Achilles gear on the back of that leg. It's very cool. Like this does nothing now. It's purely aesthetic. Like, it doesn't hold anything or move anything. It's just there for looks. That's very cool that they did that. Although I don't know what, it just looks really rad. Not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but I don't like Star Wars, says Crazy Nurse 911. Hey, man. Life is yours, man. You do whatever you like. I hope you like Star Wars, Star Trek, Farscape, Expanse, just Lego, Harry Potter. You know, like something. The fact that you don't like Star Wars is not, nobody's going to fault you for that. There's a lot of people who don't like Star Wars currently. I think they probably are they feel like it's oversaturated. And that's up to them. There's people who didn't like Star Wars when it was kind of obscure, when it was just the 3 movies. They're like, I've never seen it. Don't like it. Okay, great. I'm hoping you're a Agatha Christie fan or, that you just like something. That's okay you're not a Star Wars fan. Not everybody likes everything. And I try not to force that on people. Just because I'm a Star Wars fan doesn't mean that everybody should be. And I try not to be one of those people when they say, I've never actually seen Star Wars. I don't go, well, you got to see it. You got to watch it right now. Because, the original movie came out 40-some years ago. If you were going to see it, you would have seen it by now. I'm not going to force that on anybody. You watch it in your own sweet time. Or don't. Some people are Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans. Some people are Law and Order fans. It is really okay just to like something or not like something. But thanks for coming by. I hope you are a fan of this channel, though. Because that would be great. And I know this is a bit early to say something like this, but I know that I'm about at 130 in terms of subscribers. Bag 3's done. Glenn, I still have so many pieces. Crazy Nurse 911. You know what? There are a lot of toxic fans out there for everything, and it just doesn't behoove the fans of a property to be anything but gracious and say, hey man, if you like the thing I like, we should get together and have coffee or a beer and talk about how much we like this thing. And if you don't, we should get together and talk about the things that we have in common. And if we don't have anything in common, then maybe, we go about our day and not talk about anything else. So it just doesn't make any sense to be against things that other people like or not like. It's just kind of like there's so much else going on in the world that we could get on each other about, that liking or not liking Star Wars is not the biggest thing in the world. But I will fight anyone who is very against the new movies just because of some stupid ideal they have about it's not the Star Wars I grew up with, or it's not the prequels. It wasn't as good as the prequels. Because you know what? The prequels were not good movies. Just objectively not good movies. They were so not good movies. Ugh, so bad. My server at Pub hasn't seen any at Star Wars, but we have plans for a marathon. I would love to host that, Glenn, or if you host that, I would love an invite. I wanted to do a Star Wars marathon, but I don't think I could get anybody involved. Also, I would want to watch the original 4 or the original 3, on the Laserdisc version, because you can't. If you watch the original on VHS, it's the video quality itself is not great. So it's kind of hard to want to objectively put somebody through that and say, hey, this is a really great movie, and you're like, no, it's really not. It's kind of terrible, but yeah, Crazy Nurse, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you stopping by. What do you like? What is something you like? We could talk about that for a little bit. Maybe we like some of the same things. I am a multifaceted nerd, and so I like a lot of stuff. So maybe we like something similar. Some more stickers. I don't know, that's where we're at. There's some of the legs. You can see the leg taking shape here. Glenn is done with bag 3. I am not. There's some really good parts in here. Like, I am objectively excited to tear this set down and get some of these parts like this right there, that 1x3 sloped wedge, or curved slope. Really like it. Thanks for the follow, Crazy Nurse. I appreciate that. On Mixer too. Flipping this over, putting in the pins. Times 3. My goodness. All right, so this is gonna go in here like that. They go all the way in? Yes. That's a really unique use of that, by the way. Shoving these pins all the way in like that. I hate these Technic bars because these Technic bars tend to be all about flick missiles. I'm not really up on flick missiles anyway, so kind of glad that they got another use. That makes me happy. More stickers. Goodness. Look at all the stickers. Oh my god, look at that. That's a 1x8 in brown. I don't have a lot of those. And a 1x8 in brown gets a sticker. You do love Legos. Well, I'm really glad you're here, because I also love Lego. It is my passion. I grew up with Lego when I was a kid, and then, like most kids, I became a teenager and decided that cars and girls and high school and all that crap was more important. Don't break it. Adnan, hello. Chris, hello. Fanny, hello. Chris Pears asked, will you compete on Lego Masters? Chris, let me tell you a story about Lego Masters. I realize you're just joining us. And if you aren't aware, I'm working on the AT-ST Rgaider, and I'm on a lemon mead, which I'm almost done. And it's 9:30, and I'm officially going to go a little longer so I can get this thing done. I think it's worth it. Chris Pears is a friend from a time when I felt like I had in me the skill and desire to be a comic book artist. Not saying I still don't, but also check out Talkin' Tunes with Chris Pears. It's Talkin' Tunes, right? No, it's Comic Tropes. Comic Tropes with Chris Pears on YouTube. Very cool channel, very informed, very insightful, very knowledgeable about all things comic books. The dude is a wizard with comic book stuff. Chris, I will tell you all about my experience with Lego Masters. They approached me in August of this year. Oh, now this is interesting. This pin is going to go into this Technic hole, and I bet that's going to connect into that Technic pin. Excuse me. That was not very appropriate at all. So Lego Masters sent me a message in August saying, hey, we'd like you to try out for this TV show. If you're not aware of it, it's a show that was in Australia and the UK, and it's called Lego Masters, and we have teams of 2 show up, and it's a reality TV, blah, blah, blah. We'd love it if you were to audition for it. If you could send us some information about yourself and maybe sign up and fill out an application. I'm like, that sounds great. I would love to. So I had to go find a member of my group on in our lug to try out with, and I did. And we did several builds together, and we sent in our application. We sent in our interview tapes. and some videos and some photos. And then we did several Skype calls with them, and eventually, and they kept pushing this. And here, Chris, this is what we did. So we built in part of our, I'm going to do this. The animals giving you problems?
Yeah, I just stepped away to go to the restroom and all of a sudden.
And they're fighting. We built these as part of our interview process. Bert and Ernie. Hi, Claire. So this was me and this is Will. And we also built, or I built, this set, which was me and my auditioning partner on Lego Masters. So that's me, that's my friend Will, who is a t-shirt designer, and I'm a karaoke singer. And if you see in the background, you can hear, let me take this off. You can hear that. There's all these loose pieces back here. This is the building set where you get all the pieces to build your sets. So that's me wearing my Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, and that's Will with he's a t-shirt designer. So, and that's actually a shirt that he had designed. If you can see that, that's a shirt he made as a sig fig. So we thought, hey man, this is probably kind of a, anyway, this is a shoe-in. We're good builders, and we're fun guys, but we're also middle-aged white guys, which is kind of every Lego builder ever. So we didn't hear back from him after a certain time, so we're just kind of like, whatever. Drunk Will Brickheads. Yeah, basically. That was my whole shtick with the interview process. It was like, can I have beer and build things? And they're like, maybe. What else you got? I'm like, okay, well, we don't have a whole lot, so maybe we're not meant for this show. So we didn't make the show. Other people did. I don't think anybody in our lug made the show. I haven't seen anybody on the ads, so I'm fairly certain that nobody did. I do know who did from like the online Lego world. I'm kind of like, really? You guys are basically recruiting semi-professionals to be on your show. So, okay. The one thing I don't like about Legos is when they get stuck together. Biggest pet peeve. I agree, Crazy Nurse 911. And that's why these are great. I wish I had a second one to show this really rad trick that I just learned the other day. But it's like, you put two of these together, like one here and one here, on plates, and they're kind of like this, and you squeeze them, and then basically the plates pop apart. If I can remember that trick, I will show it in a future video. Hush, Stan Steph. Hey, Hushed. I don't remember the screen name, but I think that's James. Is that James? Is that James Hushed? I don't recall the name. Yeah, I don't think anyone in our lug made it. I think maybe 6 to 8 people auditioned, and I don't think anybody was in it. So whatever. It's all good. You know, I'm glad. I hope they get a lot of people viewing it. It's not, after talking with actually a friend at work who's like in a reality show about house hunting, where they could be one of these 3 houses, and we're going to look at each one and decide which was in our price range. She was telling me all about it. She's like, we actually already had bought a house, but they approached us and was like, let's make it very dramatic and talk about, I'm going to build. Okay. And make it seem like it's this big decision that you had to go through. And I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. She's like, yeah, I really hope you don't have to go through that, because it's not fun. Ew, when they are put in the wrong spot. Oh, yeah. Especially when they're put in the wrong spot. Yeah. I had, I don't know if you were on here earlier, Crazy Nurse, but I had a set that I had made for our monthly build for our lug, and it involved light bricks, and I had to cram these light bricks into this small area, and I could not get them out. It was painful because they really stuck, and it was. And I do not like. I was even using brick separators, and it was not. They were not happy. Yeah, well, Glenn, I had another one over here when I was building. I don't know where it went off to. There's one here, and then I had another one. I have a whole bucket of them somewhere. You have two in your pockets. Like, you have two with you at all times. So the audition went okay. I think the problem that we ran into was they were looking for something they were looking for a shtick. And I'm on to beverage 2. Beverage 2 tonight is Shiner Prickly Pear. For those of you not in Texas, Shiner is pretty much the beer of Texas. I'm sorry, Lone Star, but it is. So this is my favorite Shiner. I also like Cheer a little bit, but Cheer has kind of a buttery flavor. It's a Christmas beer. This was a summer release, but now it's year-round, so I'm very excited about that. I auditioned but didn't make it, and you might be kidding. I don't know what that means, man. I hope it means that you made it, and I'm going to see you on there, but I didn't see you on the ad. So, did you make it, and now you're just lying? Or you didn't audition, and you're lying? Either way, I have a feeling you're lying. I know you. I mean, I don't really know you, but I know you. Chris Pears asks, when did I get serious about Lego? So, like most people who build Lego, I got Lego as a kid because all kids get Lego at some point. At some point, every kid gets a Lego set. Like, it's kind of a foregone conclusion that at some point you're going to get at least one Lego set. I tended to get a lot of them, quite a few when I was a kid. But then after a while, my parents, you would stop getting them as birthdays and Christmas gifts. So then I started going to the mall on my own with my brother and my friends, and we'd ride our bikes to the mall and buy our own Lego sets. So I was about 14 when I would do that because, you know, back in 1986 or 87, you could do that. You could ride your bike to a mall 3 miles away and nobody would bat an eye. Now I don't think that's something you could probably do. And I started, you know, buying my own Lego sets, and that was the Futuron line, which was the space line after Classic Space. Like, I had a handful of Classic Space sets, not many, but then buying my own was all Futuron. So then I did that for about 2 or 3 years. I would buy all my own stuff. And then, of course, was this music again. I don't know what the F is going on with Facebook. Maybe. But then buying my own... Shush. I don't want to hear myself. Oh, kidding about the brick separator thing. Okay. That's a little loud. So then I went through what's called the Dark Ages, and for anybody who doesn't know, the Dark Ages is the time when you're a teenager when you are more worried about school or the opposite sex or hormones or cars or, you know, cars as in getting a driver's license. That is 11. So I kind of gave it up for a little bit, but then when I was in college, I started going back to it, but I realized I didn't have the storage space. And then when I was an adult, I finally got back into it when I found out that they were going to do Star Wars Lego. So I really got back into it then, and I was an adult with a couple kids by that point. So I started buying all the Star Wars Lego. And then I started realizing that I should probably get involved in my local user group. So I started getting involved in that. This music is not better. What is this? All right, that's slightly better. So my Dark Age was basically between, I mean, I got Spirion and some Explorions and like some stuff in between, like a handful of things, not a lot. And then Star Wars. So when Star Wars hit, I was way back into it. So I started buying more then. I don't think I was doing my own mocks really until I was, this is that part I wasn't able to find earlier. Until just a few years ago, really. I did like a brick-built Centurion from the new Battlestar Galactica, but I did it as like a steampunk version. There was a ship called the Nebulon Ranger, which was from a Chris, you'll know this, the Dark Horse comic, Tales of the Jedi. And there was a ship in there called the Nebulon Ranger, which I built. And I mean, I really liked it. And it was a monstrous build. It was easily probably one of the biggest spaceships I've ever built. So I did that. And then when Clone Wars came out, I did a full-sized Republic Y-Wing before they came out with a set. And of course, my Republic Y-Wing was a lot bigger. And up until then, I still didn't think that I was really serious about Lego until I did, and then Glenn brought it up, the UT Tower. I did a model of the UT Tower from Texas, University of Texas here in Austin. And I did a model of that with some help. And after that, I'm like, this is really fun, and I feel like I'm pretty good at this. I should probably do this all the time. But again, it wasn't the... That's not right. It wasn't the epiphany of... I could probably get paid to do this or anything like that, but it was still... I like doing this, and I should turn my hobby from artwork to... Oh, we got a new user. Hi, my name is Tyler, FYI. Hi, Tyler. And then we've got... we've got Rimis and Ma. Rimis and Ma, or Rimis Rend Ma is a username. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that. And thank you, Tyler, for being here and following. I appreciate that. Where was I? So I did the UT Tower, which I don't know, you can't really see. It's over here. Maybe I'll bring it over or something. Uh-oh. Did I forget a part on an old leg back here? No, I didn't. Okay, just going through, making sure, because this new one, this part has an extra step on this back leg, so I want to make sure that I didn't miss a step. Anyway, so that's probably when I got serious about it, was because we built that UT Tower, and then we took it to Brick Fiesta 2011. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, I could probably do this. So I started getting all my stuff out of storage and rebuilding it, and then buying a lot more stuff, and getting involved with the lug and trying to get into more events with the user group, and just I kind of went nuts after that. This was also after I had done some drawing and some comic book work, and I was trying to get into comic books, and I realized that I couldn't, not that I couldn't do comic books, but I felt like, what is this? this is not what I'm seeing here. Okay, so that's that. And if I turn it, yeah, that doesn't, I don't know what that's supposed to. All right, well, we'll just have to see how that pans out because I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Anyway, so around about 2005 or so, I saw, I between 2000 and 2005, I was really trying to get into comic books, and I don't know where it is. I still have it. I'm sure I do somewhere. Here it is. I actually did a comic book. I did a comic book. This is mine. This is copyright 2005. I actually did my own, published it, printed it, got some guest artists. I think Chris actually, yeah, that's Chris's work. Chris Pears, who's in Facebook right now, did a piece of fan art for it. Some other stuff. Jeremy Dale, rest in peace, Jeremy Dale, did a piece of work for me. So I was really thinking I would be a comic book artist, and then I couldn't really get into it. I was just like, I couldn't like find the time to like really get into. I'm really confused about this. It says that there should be. All right. Unless this is lower. Oh, it's low. Much better. Much better. So, I was like, well, I'm still into Lego. I'll still buy some Lego stuff. And let's just see where that goes. And then, of course, did the tower, got involved in the user group, started doing more stuff there. And it was just a matter of time before I was like, I really like doing this. So I'm going to do this more. And it just seemed to be more of a fit. Like I realized that I had been doing this all my life. And I had been collecting and building and never really stopped. To be fair, I still do some artwork. But it's like, it's few and far between. It's like if people ask if I could do something for them. And I will. But it's not, it's not a lot of stuff. So, all right. Yes, much love to Jeremy. Rimison Moss saw Yoda, Space Shuttle, Statue of Liberty with no face kits today. Bought a Gundam Destiny 226 robot kit. Says no glue. Oh, snap tight Gundam. That's something that my brother got into more than I did because I was into the. I was more into the military aircraft, fighter jets when I was a kid, those models, and my brother, let's get back to the build camera. My brother was more into the Veritech, the Robotech, the Gundams, than I was. He still collects a lot of those things, so you make daily art at work. Well, okay, yeah, I do draw on my whiteboard, and that's pretty fun. But that's about as far as I go. Like it's fun to have as kind of a dodge, but I don't really. I'm not terribly serious about it. I wish I was more, but at the same time, I really like building. I really like coming up with new designs and figuring out new things to try to build in terms of Lego. What is that? Oh, really? That's an interesting kind of bit. All right. There's some reason there's a claw in the middle there. And there's a claw here too, or there's a. Good thing I'm paying attention. So. Yeah. So Chris, I actually am doing it on YouTube. Ben's Brick Designed on YouTube. I'm also doing it on Twitch, Mixer, and Facebook. I'm using Restream to go to all four at once. So yeah, it's on YouTube right now. But thanks for stopping by, man. It's good to talk to you. I can't wait for your next episode of Comic Tropes to come out. If anybody hasn't seen any Comic Tropes, go visit Comic Tropes, youtube.com/ I think just Comic Tropes, or look it up. If you're into comic books, it's very insightful. It deals with a lot of different sort of themes of comics or history of things, and Chris is very knowledgeable. He's a talented artist. It's just all around kind of great. Yeah, thanks for the subscription, Chris. I appreciate it. I'll be back Thursday. Come hang out. I'm just going to do some design stuff, so no big deal. All right. Are you done yet, Glenn? Because I'm almost done with this bag. And again, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I'm going to be here till I finish. And I realize Beth probably wants to go to bed. How you doing, Beth? Playing Words for Friends. Words with Friends. Beth and I had a great weekend in terms of like wedding planning and talking with people, and I think it's going to be a fun time. This is really, really two different legs. I really like it. Like, it's not like do this and you've done it twice. Ooh, and there's cables on this one. I dig it. They're using this whip very effectively. What you're not going to see is the next video where I take all this apart and then take all the stickers off. So I'm still okay of an artist that I still try to do things artistically, and I like drawing and I still like doing stuff. I'm probably going to do our wedding invitations and save the date cards myself. Invitations or save the date. I think mostly save the date. But I'm still like, why do we need to pay anybody to do that? You know an artist. So if anybody wants, on Friday the 31st, so not this Friday, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that, I will be on Kevin Hinkle's channel. Kevin Hinkle is a artist, cartoonist extraordinaire, Lego persona, who, where do these go? I missed a step. I totally missed a whole step. Oh, there we go. Yeah, wow. I just skipped a page. Whoops. All right, so this goes from here to here. He is having the first of his Doodle Stream collaborations. So his he does a thing called Doodle Stream every Friday where he'll just kind of draw, and people will join in and talk and whatever with him. And but this coming 2 weeks from now, week and 4 days from now, he's going to start with a stream in which he collaborates with somebody and they draw together. And that first person is me, because it was my idea. I'm like, hey man, you should do like a hangout, a Google Hangout, in which you can draw with people. And he's like, that's a great idea. Do you want to do it? I'm like, sure. Let me take the day off of work, because otherwise I can't do it, because it's on a Friday at 9 in the morning. So, coming this 31st at like 5 in the morning, not 5 in the morning, why did I say that? At, I don't know how this is supposed to go. 31st at about 9 in the morning, you can stop by Kevin Hinkle, his channel, and we will be drawing together, just doodling, just having fun. Yeah, I don't know where this is supposed to go. So you should stop by and say hi. It'll be fun. I don't know what I'm going to be drawing. He's going to be drawing on his tablet, and I will be drawing on pen and paper because I don't have a tablet anymore. I used to have a Wacom, and I don't anymore. Glenn says, done, no pressure. Well, none taken, Glenn. I'm not going to work any faster just because you said so. Uh-oh. The whole thing. It's coming apart. So much craziness. Uh-oh. No, that's not what I wanted to happen at all. Well, testicles. How is this hooked up here? What the what? Oh. Okay. That. I didn't even see that. So this goes here. So we're going to get an extra whip out of this, aren't we? And this one goes here. That still doesn't change the fact that well, okay, so no pressure being Kevin's first collab. I don't really have a problem with that because I like doodling and I like drawing, and it just doesn't matter to me whether I'm the first to do it or not. Where is that supposed to go? Not yet, okay. And then this is supposed to go here, right? Oh, it's supposed to go kind of in between. All right, sure. I'm not worried about being the first one on his. I'm more worried about him being able to get the technology right, because I know that what we've all been suffering through is the loss of Google Hangouts. Oh, that goes up here. No, that's not going to work well at all. So I think him using StreamYard and all that nonsense is going to be. I'm going to be interested to see if he's able to figure that out, and how the joining is going to be, because I know he's going to pay a lot for StreamYard. I think it's like $100 a year or something to be able to stream with other people. Oh, there we go. And I know this is going to go in here. But why is this not going? There we go. So this little pin goes in here. That seems to be a weird. Okay, so almost there. I think we're on the bag 4 pretty much right now. Yep, bag 4. So extra parts from that bag. I'm going to try to crank through this bag because it's already 10 o'clock. I've already streamed longer than I probably should have. Whip. Oh, just dropped a piece. No big deal. All right, so here you go. Two bags internal to this one. Last bag of the night. And I don't know what we're going to be drawing, if it's going to be the same as we're going to be like listening to the chat and saying, hey, do this, you know, try to draw this and try to draw that. And I don't know what it's going to be like. Like, I have no idea. So we're going to have to find out how it goes. Try to do some speed building here because well, I don't have to work tomorrow. I still would like to go to sleep, but I want to get this done. Oh, and this dude's got a pauldron. I gotta find the pauldron. And they have, this guy's got 2 These aren't really pistols. These are like... which one is that? It doesn't matter. That's one of the guys faces up. This guy's got two like pneumatic T-square that have become pistols. And their pants are the same, so I'm just going to do that. But one guy has a pauldron, shoulder pauldron with a spike. And then that, and a helmet. And there's one guy. Alright. Raider. There's one Raider. Here you go, Raider. So put him here. Another guy's got a gun. So this piece is going to be probably extra. A gun with a lightsaber bit and a head, and oh, this guy goes on first. Oh, that's going to be great for when I do a, there's a custom figure for like Malgus, like Darth Malgus. Darth Malgus has something like that on him, so that might be interesting to have. All right, so these are our 4 figures. Most excited about that one, Mandalorian. All right, let's see if we can get through this real quick. I'm not gonna linger. I'm not gonna be chit-chatty. Of course, I'm probably gonna miss some steps, so let's just see what we can do here. That, and then we're gonna have a... To those who have been hanging out all night with me, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't often get big sets like this to work on, so it's kind of fun. Kind of fun to hang out with people all night. Oh, is it? Is it overpowering, or can you just hear it from that one side? Okay. Beth says this music sounds like something you'd hear in a massage parlor. This is Ben Lo-Fi. Welcome to Ben's Bricks at Night, your lo-fi Lego building extravaganza. Experience. I shouldn't say extravaganza. Experience. These are some of my favorite pieces. These, where are they? These guys? I love these guys. So Chip didn't say anything after I got into his computer, did he? Just that one comment? That's fun. Yeah, I wasn't the accomplice. So if you didn't hear in the background, hi Crazy Nurse, welcome back. My friend Chip, I was over at his house. His girlfriend and I and Beth went to lunch today. He's out of town. And so when we came back to their house after going to lunch and meeting with some other people, I went into his office because his girlfriend's son was like, hey, do you want to come watch me play a video game? And I'm like, I'm all about video games. I'll come watch you. And plus, this kid's really nice. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So we go up there, and he's like, we're going to go into Chip's lab. Is that cool? I'm like, Chip's lab. That's adorable. So we go up there. And of course, his computer's right there. I'm like, ooh, let's see if Chip's computer's unlocked. And it was. And so I was a bad person and logged onto his computer and did all kinds of fun stuff. And by all kinds of fun stuff, I mean I posted on Facebook and sent an email to himself saying, hey, maybe you should leave your computer unlocked. And he's like, hey, maybe you should be an asshole. And I'm like, well, you know, that's fair. But at the same time, his girlfriend's son was helping me out. He's like, but it's funny because at some point this little kid was just like, I think we should stop. Ooh, that's loud. Crazy Nurse, I'm going to be streaming until this is done. So maybe 20 minutes. I'm gonna go until this model is finished, and then I will be done. I normally don't go this long. Usually it's an hour and a half because I've got a small set that I'm working on, or I'm doing a microfighter design in studio or something. So it's generally not this long. Plus I kind of give up and like, look, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But yeah, this is different because I want to kind of get this done in one go. So that's what's up. So hopefully I can get through this pretty quick though. I'm a pretty fast builder, as long as I don't miss any steps. And I have good company, so all the better. Probably goes down. Ooh, that's a pretty cool piece. I don't see this piece too often. That's a pretty cool piece. It's kind of Technic pin with the ball joint or the ball socket on one. That'd be a great thruster slash blaster for a little microfighter. Flip that over. Oh no, that's sad. We got to cover up that nice red spot with something. Darn. I didn't put that all the way down. All right. Oh goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, that sits in there really weird. I've never seen something like that before, so I can get this off. You can see it's on this hinge right here, but then that bit right there, it sits in that little, that's very cool. That's a good way to get that angle, right? All right, face 2. Moving, moving, moving. Funny, I should mention you don't see any lightsabers. Well, technically, there are lightsaber handles. Crazy Nurse says, I don't see any lightsabers. There's a lightsaber handle, and technically, there is, I don't know if there's a bar in here or not. There's a bar. There's a 4L bar that actually could be part of that. So no actual lightsabers, but to be fair, none of these are lightsaber wielding characters. So there wouldn't be a need for them to wield lightsabers. They are not Jedi. The Force is not with them, and they are not with the Force. But yes, this is one of the few sets, I think, in Star Wars history that doesn't have, like, lightsabers, unless it's like a droid escape set where it's just R2 and 3PO. Some of those probably don't have lightsabers, although I wouldn't put it past them to just, like, kind of want to cram a lightsaber in there. I know people give Star Wars a lot of crap for being like, it's all lightsabers and whatever. I am looking forward to the stories where they tell, and this is going back to some older, like Tales from the Cantina or Tales from Mos Eisley or Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Bounty Hunters or stuff like that, where it was just about like, hey, this is a bounty hunter, or this is a pilot, or this is not a force wielder kind of person. Those are actually, those are legitimately good stories, and I'm kind of hoping that they start doing more of those. I was a big fan of the original extended universe, now Legends stories in Star Wars, and I'm kind of hoping they go back to a few of those because they had some fun bits in them. But they never will. They'll find someone and be like, hey, we can use this for something new, and then they'll make something new, and it's kind of like, well, that wasn't great. That was good, but it wasn't great. I don't know. We'll see. I'll be interested in seeing. I cannot wait for the Kenobi show. As much as I love Jamie Costa, go check out Jamie Costa if you haven't. Jamie Costa is a great impressionist Vine actor who did a bunch of fan films with Han Solo characters, and he did a Obi-Wan Kenobi fan film, short film. It's very good. I'm excited for the Ewan McGregor TV show on Disney+. One of the reasons I got Disney+ was to be able to see that. So I'm really hopeful that is going to be good. And I mean, it's Ewan McGregor, so I'm sure it's not going to be bad. But again, that's coming out later this year. The next big thing I think for Star Wars is probably, and again, Crazy Nurse, I'm very sorry, we're talking about Star Wars now. The next thing would be the Clone Wars. It's coming out on Disney Plus soonish, I think April. So that's going to be the next big thing. So I'm binging all the old Clone Wars right now so I can make sure to be caught up. I mean, I've already seen it once or twice all the way through. My son is actually watching it, and he's asking me all kinds of questions, which, makes me proud. I'm like, I raised you right, buddy. So that'll be fun when that comes out. So there's that, the Kenobi TV show, more Mandalorian next year, and I think that's kind of it. I think we're going to be focused more on the extended universe stuff, the theme park, the this is going to be interesting. I don't know what this is. Some books, some comics. The video game was really good. I'm very impressed with. I'm continually impressed with Battlefront. It's getting better and better as the years go on. I'm also impressed with the Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. That was very fun. And I'm going to go back and replay it and try to get a little better off on it. Oh, that's super cool. What is this? Oh, the disc. I was looking at the instructions going, I don't see anything. So Crazy Nurse, if you like Lego, I don't know if you know this about this Lego person. I built, and I'm going to be using this as my street cred everywhere, but I designed and built a Lego version of the Texas State Capitol in Austin, and it is now living in the Texas Capitol Visitor Center as a permanent exhibit. And it is roughly 65,000 pieces, and it's 8 feet by 5 feet. I had a lot of help from the lug. It was a design that I worked on for several years. It took about 3 months to build once we finally got all the parts. So you should check it out. Just look up Texas Capitol Lego and you'll see it. That was a labor of love. We put that in August of this year, and I'm really glad it's out of my house. But it was a thing. All right. Yeah, that just sits in there. That's really interesting. Good job, designer. Voltron movie ever coming out? Not the anime or cartoon movie, but the one similar to the Transformers movies. All right, so that was Rimis Randma or Rimis and Ma. Anyway, I hope not. I really don't want a live-action Voltron movie. I think Voltron is one of those properties, and don't get me wrong, the Netflix series of Voltron was awesome. It was so good. And as a child of the 80s who went back and rewatched Voltron recently, Voltron is not good. Like, the original cartoon is not great. And I love me some Voltron. I love me some near universe Voltron and some far universe Voltron and some middle universe Voltron, the Albegus Alpha Beta Gamma Voltron. I love all things Voltron. I do not want it to be a live action movie unless you could get a similar aesthetic to the first Pacific Rim movie, which was kind of a flash in the pan because that was Del Toro doing the directing. If you were to be able to get that sort of aesthetic to it, I think I might buy into it. I do not want a Michael Bay Transformers movie for Voltron. I think the Michael Bay Transformers movies kind of ruined Transformers. Because I am a huge fan of the 1986 cartoon of Voltron, or of Transformers. So I think having the Netflix version of Voltron is probably the best we're going to get. I don't think it's a big enough property to get a full live action out of any studio. I just don't think anyone's in for that. That said, they did do Avatar, or The Last Airbender, and that was a travesty. That was really not great. I was not happy with that at all, and I was really upset because I had spent a lot, because I didn't know anything about it going in, and so I binged the whole thing just to be able to know what I was getting into, and I was very excited because I really liked the show. Like, it was really good. One of the best shows I've ever seen. And then you go into the movie, and you're just disappointed all the hell. It's just not good. And, you know, the very first thing that happens is they mispronounce the main character's name, and you're like, well, I don't even want to pay attention to the rest of this movie now. So my horror, or my trepidation about a Voltron movie would be they take some liberty with it and not do the source material justice. That's always a fear. That said, I wouldn't be opposed to them taking, because they left the whole thing with, like, you know, the Netflix show. They're setting up Galaxy Garrison to have the near universe vehicle Voltron. And I'm sorry to, like, geek out on the rest of you here who aren't fans, but they completely set that up. And if they don't come back in, like, Voltron season 4 or whatever, I think they only did 2 or 3 seasons. If they don't do that, I'm going to be really disappointed. I think that's going to be something, you know, and not to spoil anything, but they left it in such a way where the main characters can't really come back and do what they've been doing for the course of the show. So to have the vehicle Voltron group, the Galaxy Garrison kind of Earth group, to then say, yeah, it's now it's our turn. That would be awesome. And in fact, you see them at the end of the series. You know, you see Cliff and Crick and whoever else for the sea team and the land team and all that. They're there. They're all there. I paused the screen and I pointed them all out. I'm like, that's that guy. That's that guy. You know. So they're all ready to go. They just need to do it. Now, if that was a nod and they're never going to do it, that's okay. But if they're ever going to do it, I really hope they treat it the same way they did the television series. It doesn't need to be a live action. I don't want it. I don't think anybody wants it, but I'm not a executive at whoever owns the property. Last sticker. Or, yeah, because I didn't do that one. That was internal. That said, I would really like to get a hold of if somebody's done a Vehicle Voltron Lego like ideas set. Oh, somebody asked that earlier. I think it was Chris. Chris asked something that I could talk about. Favorite Lego ideas set. So this is interesting because there's been a lot of Lego ideas sets that I've really liked. I honestly don't remember which ones are ideas and which ones are just like, hey, we adapted this property. Like, I think the Tron light cycles are an idea set. I really liked the Apollo or the Saturn V rocket was an idea set. I really liked the Yellow Submarine. That was a really fun set to put together. I don't know. It's hard to say what my favorite idea set is. I mean, the Voltron set was an idea set. So that was really good. So it's hard to say. I really like a lot of the stuff that comes out of that ideas program. I wish that my... I kind of hope my owl set makes it to the ideas program. If you see the little link in the description where it has ideas, that's my idea set. And I'm, I don't think it's going to make it because I didn't really market it well enough. But feel free to go and vote on it, man. I would really appreciate that if you did. It's just an owl. It's just a nice nature set. I think it would go good with all the other bird sets. And that closes down like so. And then I put those two things in there, and oh, it shoots. Uh-oh. I'm missing... I didn't put on a leg or something. What did I miss? Going back. Going back. Going back. I think this is this one bag. No? Bag 3. Oh, wait. Bag 3? Alright, so bag 4 is where? Did I miss bag 4? I think bag 4 was all the head. There we go. I missed something. I got this big old piece hanging out here. I don't know if you said this, but what is your biggest Lego set you made? Okay, so 2 questions. Pacific Rim 2013. Whoa. It's under the lid. Okay. I'm going to go back. Oh, it totally is. Yep. I didn't see that. I'm glad you saw that because I didn't see that. That must keep these things open. So yeah, it's in there. So I'm done. That's good. It's all finished. But I'm going to answer some questions before I call it a night. The biggest set I've ever made, and I'll show you a picture because I'll just bring it up. I made a replica of the Texas State Capitol. Oh, that's a Google search. That probably wasn't nice. See if I can get a better link to that. There we go. Let's do that. So that was the biggest set I've ever made. That was designed by me and helped put together by the LUG, the Lego user group. They donated parts. They donated time. It was my design, and I probably built about 70–80% of it. But I had a lot of help with the donation of parts. and donation of time. This is gonna. Oh, that's cool. Instead of making it walk, the little screw on the back makes its head turn. That's super cool. And the legs don't actually move. I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So there's your parts. There's your piece. There's your walker. I'm going to take all these stickers off of it. Hi, Paula. How are you? Thanks for the wonderful afternoon you gave us.
Hi, Mama.
Beth says hello.
I'm scared, Kaylee.
And I don't know what this comment is. So the biggest set that I've ever done is that. The second biggest, I think, is probably the UT tower, which is in the background over here. I don't know if you can see it. That. The UT tower. It was one that I built for an event, and it just sort of ended up being in my house, and then I own it now. Yeah, let me see if I can copy and paste a picture. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can post pictures onto Mixer. It doesn't allow me to paste a picture in there. So if you go, if you can look up, oh, let me look up Instagram. Yeah, you might just have, because I can't post really onto Mixer very well. Oh no, I was going to do Instagram. Anyway, this is fascinating television right here. Yeah, I will send you, let's just do this. If you can look this up, it's in here. I post everything that I do in Lego on Instagram. It's in there somewhere. You'll have to drill down, or just look up Texas State Capitol Lego, and it's going to be in there. I don't have it anymore with me. It used to be in this room. It used to take up this whole room. It was 8 feet by 5 feet. But it now lives in the Texas State Capitol Visitor Center. So that's the biggest I've ever done. I'm planning on doing another one that is going to be all mine, that I don't have to worry about the lug volunteering parts for. I'm Magic Bench. Thanks for joining us right at the end of the stream. This is what we built tonight. This walker, it's got a cool little action thing with the head. That's very cool. Had a cool way of getting these side panels at an angle. I don't like the stickers because I'm going to have to take those apart. And here are your figures. You got 2 pirates. Right? And you got Kara and the Mando. Good figures. So those are great. Tyler Kramer, I will find you on Instagram and I will share with you a picture of what the Texas Capitol looked like. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to go to bed because this is about an hour after I'm usually done streaming. So I appreciate everybody coming by and hanging out. Again, I'll be back on Thursday night at 8 p.m. to do, I don't know what, maybe some more microfighters, maybe just some designs in studio. If I get another small set by then, we'll build some of that. But thanks for coming by and hanging out and chatting, and I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll talk to you later. Good night.